Thursday. My name is Samantha, and I'm coming to you on behalf of E.P.I.C. E.P.I.C is empowering people and inspiring community. We are a conscious living publication that publishes bi monthly, bringing you educational and inspirational articles, features, event listings, recipes, everything through that beautiful publication, E.P.I.C, Tri County CT. So, again, my name is Samantha. And I want to give a shout out to my beautiful co-publisher, Lisa, who's working in Cheshire right now. She's working the feed. So please let us know that you're here. It's the only way that I know we are live and coming to you is if we can see in the feed comments saying hello, let us know how you are. Um, so we know that we're connected. Okay. So today's Thursday. I hope everybody's doing well. It's a little rainy and dreary here, but we know that the light is always shining within. And today, in a few minutes, I'm going to bring on a beautiful light. Her name is Patrice. Before that, though, I do have to say I'm honored to be here with every day. Thank you for watching. Also, Lisa and I want you all to know that we are always here for you, even though we may seem in a state of isolation and separation. We are never separated. We are always here for you. We are connected with you. You can reach out for prayer, to just chat, a virtual hug, whatever it is you need, we're here. Use the social media links, send us a private message, whatever it is, okay? We're here for you. I'm going to show you some love. One more thing, real quickly, is our newsletter went out a while ago, a week ago. I'm going to repost it today on Facebook. But I really am encouraging everybody. We would love to see these pictures of your quarantine quandaries, okay? Some funny pictures. Share them with us so we can share them with everybody. And you're going to be eligible and entered into a drawing to win an angel card reading with myself, me. So it'd be me and you on a Zoom call, channeling some angelic messages. So definitely send us some funny pictures. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce a woman. Her name is Patrice. And Patrice has been a long time part of E.P.I.C Tri County CT. She is the beautiful light and voice behind our feature, Sage Wisdom. I've had a chance in the past day to connect personally with Patrice. And I can't even tell you, I can't describe the energy I feel, even through a Zoom connection and a Be Live connection with Patrice. Just a vibration of love and compassion and patience and just beauty. She's just a beautiful person. So I'm going to bring on Patrice, who is our Sage Wisdom contributor. And let's bring her on. Give us 1 second. We're going to bring.
Yay. Technology works.
I love it. I know. We discussed that like we're at the whims of whatever it is out there governing the connections. But as I said earlier, the connection between us and the viewers is always there, whether we can see it or not, whether it's garbled or not. We're always connected. And I'm so, so grateful that you're here with us today to share your love and your light.
When you're talking about that, I have classes that we've continued over Zoom. And one of the first things we do is we center ourselves, and then we reach out and within that sacred space of the class, and we experience each other's energy. The first time we did that, it was like, will we be able to? And this woman said it was clear and strong and quick.
Yeah.
And so I believe that, of course, we would experience each other's energy. With intention, we would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I had a similar experience. Excuse my voice. I had a similar experience being a Reiki master teacher and, teaching classes and receiving Reiki and so on and so forth. I too, when I first went to experience a virtual session, I had a few doubts. I did. But, and that's a big but, My experience last week with Marie um, Marceau was just so powerful and loving. I have no doubt at all that if you're offering classes and you're offering sessions, that they are just as powerful as if we were in the same room, in the same space. So,
I think this is a great learning lesson
mm,
for us to really experience some of those truths. Because, yes, to go on to Zoom, it's like, oh, but we're not there. And how are we going to really feel? And this is going to be, there's just going to be something missing besides the hug. But they say we're all one, we're all connected. And I think that's a big lesson from this virus because just the way it is passed along, it shows the connectivity we have with everyone. And doing Zoom and feeling each other's energy shows the connectivity we have. And since you do Reiki, distance healing, that there is that. But this is for anyone and everyone because you don't have to be a Reiki master. You don't have to be in the presence of someone that you think, oh, it's their energy. But you really feel that
mhm,
truly it's everyone.
right. And we are all one. We are all one. And even before Patrice and I we came live to you. Um, we even strengthened our connection. I felt when we just went into that silence and intentionally, touched each other through prayer or connection, whatever you want to call it. I felt that. I felt my auric field expand. I felt my heart chakra open. So, yeah, it's absolutely real. It's palpable. And I'm so grateful. And again, like you said, it's a gift of the time. It's the gift of the time where even though we're socially apart, we're never, ever disconnected. We're never separate. So, what a blessing and a blessing for you to be here. We had talked one on one a little bit also about our stories, and you had mentioned being a youngster and knowing that you were here for something different or something more than. Can you explain that a little bit to our viewers about that experience and how that was for you?
Um, I know I was driven as a very very young child, and one day I was 6 years old, getting ready for first grade, and my older sister had gone off to school, and I went into her room, put on a little 45 record. I'm dating myself, but put that on, and I sat with my hands under my legs, and I just said, "I am wasting time. I am wasting time." I couldn't do it. I just, but I felt that there was something important that was going to be happening, and I had to be ready. I had no idea what, where, when, but I knew that I was here to help with some important event. And I, I was driven at school. When I was going into seventh grade, I read all of my dad's chemistry books. He was a chemical engineer. I read them all. I going into eighth grade, I read all the works of Shakespeare. I mean, driven, a driven type person. Um, and when I was 19, I was at a party. I just turned 19 at a New Year's Eve party, and someone said the word reincarnation. And I never heard the word, but I knew what it meant. Because I had been having past life memories since I was 8.
And you didn't really know what to do with them? Is that
Oh, I was told not to say anything.
okay?
And I said, oh, no, 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 no. Katumi was the one. Master Katumi was there. Um, and I said, oh, no, no, no. No one ever tells you not to tell. That means I need to go tell my mom and dad. And he gave me a little vision of what it would be like because it was traumatic. And they said they would look for the perpetrator in this lifetime. At 8 years old, I understood what he meant. I understood the words because he gave the meaning to me. Now, understand that I didn't think it was weird at all to have this guy next to me talking to me in this way. That did not seem weird. Um, None of it seemed weird. So, with that, and knowing that when I was in 6 years old in first grade, and I was in a parochial school, and the nuns were uh, talking to us about God and how wonderful, and I was like, yes, yes, yes. And then they started into the hellfire and brimstone, and I'd raise my hand, and no, that means God is everywhere. That means God would be in hell, down to the principal's office.
Yeah, I bet. Like this.
Um, and talking to the principal, she would call my mother in, or they would talk about if you sin, see this timeline that goes all the way around the room? That's just Earth, and this tiny little portion, that's how long man's been here. But to be in hell, you would be in that eternal suffering. That's bigger than a timeline, bigger than this building. Shoot my hand up. God is all merciful. If God, I mean, I'm not all merciful, and I give people a second chance. Down to the principal. I was down there before I was 7 years old so many times that the small church decided to pay for my mother to finish her degree and become a teacher there.
Moving the family in, keeping you in line.
But it was just so clear. And but then as I was getting older, like 8 and 9 years old, I noticed that everyone treated me differently. And I tried to be normal, and others parrot their behavior and try to be normal. I was never accepted, and that was a good lesson. I mean, it had some nasty stuff in there, but it was all a good lesson because you cannot hide from who you are. And it is all good. As many times as people made me feel as if that was bad, I realized it is all good. And that's a lesson that is repeated in when I channel for people and in my classes, that you are here for a life purpose, and it is all good. So someone may say, well, I'm a recovering drug addict, and I've done a lot of bad things. And then through a series of questions, they ask, and the person says, no, I'm not that way, and I'm not this way, and basically they end up saying, I'm pretty good, but that's now. And he talks about maybe you've gone through experiences that traditionally would have been seen as dead end, terminal, and you're a drug addict and that's the way you are. But going through that and coming out creates an avenue for others to follow. More than hope. It is an energetic highway for people to tap into. So it's all with purpose, no matter what it is that you've experienced.
Right. And that's it, whether it's drugs or the alcohol or, just simple career, being addicted to the career. We're all, and I do agree, we're all here as eternal, beautiful beings to bring ourselves authentically out and to share with whomever. Um, as you as you got older after that experience, did you tend to tuck it away? Did you try to dim that light at all? Did you have to play the role as many of us did, or were you just able to embrace that you and take it, you know, right through every stage of your life?
Even though I started learning theosophy and metaphysics and stuff like that at 19, um, and I continued, acceptance was never really there for a long time. I tried to be normal. It never worked, especially because I didn't know what that was. And I was about 30 years old. We were helping some friends move into their house, and buying your first house, you never know till the last minute, till closing. And at those days, you closed and you had to be out of your place and move into that place. And the wife was afraid that if she packed and they didn't get the house, she wouldn't be able to handle that disappointment. So moving day comes, they have the closing, they're not packed. We have to pack and move everything. And the last trip, people were just sitting, saying we're tired. And I said, just bring in energy. Just bring in energy. And my husband's standing there going, no, 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 no. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I did not know. Even in my 30s, I did not know what normal was.
Yeah.
So you can see that trying to be normal never, ever worked.
Right. It's like
And
putting on a too small of a shoe, trying to jam that foot in there. It's never ever going to fit. And we're so blessed that you have you've chosen to share your light and your normal with our epic community. You've been a really, really important part of epic through sage wisdom, which is channeled messages from your guides and teachers and masters. Can you just describe a little bit of what that channeling is, or just tell us a little bit? Many people might not know what channeling is, and how you bring that through onto the written word.
um, channeling can occur in a lot of different ways. Some people actually hear voices. Some get the information like telepathically or a thought bubble type of thing. Others do trance channeling, which, um, for a myriad of reasons, I do not promote. But the best way to explain how I do it is it's as if I am someone who is listening to someone else and doing sign language. It's just that fluid. You just, do that. So as they give the information to me, I repeat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm fully cognizant of what I'm saying. I'm fully aware. I'm engaged in what is happening because that's very, very important. They talk about each of us being sovereign. We are eternal divine beings. And this body is an instrument that we have prepared for our mission in life, our contract, our reason to be here. And another thing they talk about is our life lessons, which we try to extricate and bury and get rid of and overcome and obliterate. He said, when you really learn your life lessons, you find that within it is such truth and strength and a gift. One of your best gifts is there. Um, if someone gives you a gift, it's like, gee, thank you. If they put it in a packet And you have to, go through all the bows and the tape and the wrapping and everything. The excitement builds, and what you find is like, wow. If you have something that is very natural to you and so all your life, um, that wow factor, that claiming isn't really there because it's normal. So what? Doesn't everybody do it?
Right.
Um, so for someone to go through all the other sides of this gift, not just the one side, but to go through all the shadow sides of the gift, then discovering its full potential is the wow factor. And you acknowledge and embrace it in a different way because you know all sides of it.
I love that analogy. I love the analogy of the gift and just the excitement building as you're tearing the bow, opening the bow, ripping the tape, whatever it is. Um, I always I refer back a lot in some of my writings to the saying that today is truly a present, a gift, and to unwrap it as such. So thanks for sharing that. What are some ascended masters and archangels that you have? Oh, what's the right word? Encountered, allowed, what uh,
Channel,
channeled?
um, many. Now, part of it is not just me, but the people with whom I'm there with. So let's say I'm channeling someone and Metatron's right there. It's like, okay, Metatron's here. Oh, really? He's my special one, and it's because of who they are that they bring them. Um, Sometimes it is those of other places that I don't know, so I have to really take time to vet them before I'm going to repeat what they're saying. It's just like someone coming in, you don't take what they're saying as, oh, this is really wonderful. You vet the source.
Right.
And I remember being at Unicorn Meadow Farm one time for a gallery reading, and this being came in and just so powerful. And I said, okay, let's just hold off for a little bit. Let's Master Katumi start, and if you have anything to say, do it that way. And then at the end, he was so insistent to give the blessing. So I was able to get the name and deliver the blessing. And when it was over, one of the women said, oh my God, you butchered his name. But I was close enough that they knew who it was. And all of the new people there followed that particular being. It was just amazing. These
Wow.
things happen.
Yeah.
But um, my mentor always taught caution, caution, caution.
Mm-hmm.
So she would tell me, don't channel, even even though my cousin said I've been giving her messages since I was two. Um, don't channel. So okay, and just study. And after about 10 years of studying, my sister Catherine was doing an NLP process with me and called Sally, our mentor, and said, you need to talk to her about channeling because she is. I was doing a process and she's referring to herself in third person and telling me what page, because she was just learning NLP, what page to turn to
Mm-hmm.
find out um, what process to use in the middle of this process. Um, you have to teach her to do that safely.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Caution and I believe the studying and the mentorship and teachers and are all a part of you know, stepping in and bringing who it is that we are, whether it be through channeling or Reiki or just day to day,
Mhm.
relying on that study and being sure and like I said, my mentor teacher, Barbara Schaefer, I hope to have her on soon, um, has taught me so much. Just talking with you, I've learned so much today. So thank you. Um,
I just want to say that the message is always uplifting. It is affirming to the divine essence that you are and helping the personality that has that free will to understand and accept and realize the divinity that animates it. So if you get a message that's something else, don't accept it.
right, right,
Be gone.
right. Be done. Oh, my friend, this has been an awesome experience. We had a great connection, um, both technologically but also heartfelt. Um, and I know that that ripple is just starting to touch many people. As we begin to wrap up the interview, I hope that someday you'll come back. Definitely. Thank you for being our continued sage wisdom. Um,
What you are doing is so needed and important. And the timing, as I said yesterday, the timing is no accident.
Thank you. No, I do honestly believe that. Each interview, Patrice, I kind of just listen for an off the cuff type of question, and I, I'm going to have to get back to you. Which is
Wonderful.
so many. There's so many. You know, um, there's just so much more that we have to converse about. So I'm going to begin to wrap up with that without the impromptu question. Thank you for sharing your journey. If anybody would like to reach Patrice, you can do so using the links that Lisa so graciously published. Um, Thank you for mentioning our friend Nancy at Unicorn Meadow Farms. I can't wait to get back up there. And I can't wait to see you again so we can, embrace and do that hug thing. So, again, take care of yourself. Everybody, be well, be safe, be you. And until tomorrow at 11, peace out. Epic Scouts. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.